Hi everyone, this is Rick MacDermid with Senior Solutions Group in the beautiful city of Kirkland, Washington on Lake Washington. We got the Olympic Mountains in the background, we got seaplanes out there and the sun is out. There's no more beautiful place in the world than in this area in the Pacific Northwest when it is sunshiny. So we're going to talk a little bit about long-term care in this video, and if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe and also like this video and share it with your friends. I'm going to introduce my great friend Dave Solomon. We worked together for many years helping people plan for long-term care. My own personal story, I worked as a social worker in a long-term care facility for about a year and saw on a day-to-day basis families going through tough stuff, situations that would really cause them to have to give up their life for their family, and people don't plan on these things happening, but they do. So take a listen to what Dave has to say about this. We've been planning for long-term care. My wife and I have long-term care insurance, so take a listen.
Hey, I'm Dave Solomon, and we just wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about why it might be important to consider what happens when you die slowly, and what I'm referring to is long-term health care, which is obviously different than what Medicare covers, or maybe your Medicare Advantage, or even a Medicare supplement. So my story goes back to really when I was about 18 years of age. I grew up on a farm in Olympia, very blessed, and my dad began to have problems with his balance. Fast forward a few months and we got a diagnosis of what's called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which is ALS, commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And that impacted my dad where he had to retire. He was basically had to use a walker and then to a wheelchair and then be bedridden after about a year. And I dropped out of college voluntarily to help my mom care for him because it was too much. He would fall down. He couldn't get back up because he had a sound mind, but his body was not working. So that was my first experience, and well, challenge, struggle, and part of my story when it comes to long-term care. My dad did pass away about 2 years after he had the illness. It was kind of a blessing because people who have that illness can live in a nursing home, if you will, for 5 to 10 years. So in a way, it was very fortunate. My dad, had faith. I led him to the Lord basically 8 months before he passed away as a believer, so I have some reassurance there. But that was part of the reason why when I had the opportunity to get into the industry to help families plan against this unknown thing such as long-term care, whether it's ALS, whether it's Alzheimer's, whether it's just aging and needing care. So I had a big passion about that. I had a story. My life was affected by it. I saw how it affected my mom and my sister. And fortunately, my dad did not have to go to a nursing home because I was at a place where I could fundamentally take care of him. I wasn't married. I didn't have kids, and I was flexible to do that. A lot of people aren't. Enter the planning tool of long-term care insurance, and there's many different kinds. So I spent 7 years really focusing in that with a top company, helped many families, have done many claims. As a matter of fact, my Aunt Mary is on claim right now, and the policy's paid $400,000 in an assisted living. So I personally experienced it as a caregiver. I have personally seen hundreds of thousands of dollars paid under these policies that have done what kids can't do or what people can't afford. So it's just one of the things we very much believe in, and educating our clients when it comes to not just your investments or your taxes or your insurance, but to protect your assets, protect your family. So if you have any questions, myself, my friend Rick, obviously, we're able and willing and happy to talk to you about that. But as someone who's been affected by it personally with their family and countless others, we would be remiss if we didn't say, look into it, get educated, get the facts, make a decision from there. Hopefully we get to all die in our sleep and not linger on and be a burden, but that's not always up to us. So thank you for listening, and again, reach out to us if you have any questions whatsoever. Thank you.